Do you hear that? MAGA, Trump cult, do you hear that? Can you imagine? Can you imagine the frenzy that you guys would have had if Joe Biden had went on TV and said something so insane, so preposterous? The president of the United States of America doesn't know if he should uphold our Constitution. What more is it going to take? What more is it going to take for you all to see this man for who he is? Dear God in heaven, your president is saying he doesn't know if he should uphold our nation's Constitution, you guys. But I'm sure he was just joking, right? I'm sure he's just trolling the left, right? Because that's what it always is.
So today the President of the United States was on Meet the Press, and he was asked whether it is his duty to uphold the Constitution. His answer may shock you, or maybe it won't shock you. This is what he said.
Don't you need to uphold the Constitution of the United States as president?
I don't know. I have to respond by saying again, I have brilliant lawyers that work for me.
So the President of the United States doesn't know whether it's his duty to uphold the Constitution, which is surprising considering this is what the President said just a few months ago when he took the oath of office.
I will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
But clearly that oath means very little to the President of the United States. He was also asked in that connection, that is his duty to uphold the Constitution, whether he would uphold the Fifth Amendment. That requires due process. This is what the Fifth Amendment says. It says that we are entitled that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. So the president is asked about that today as well.
The Fifth Amendment says
I don't know. It might say that, but if you're talking about that, then we'd have to have 1 million or 2 million or 3 million trials.
That's right. The president complains that, well, giving due process, as the Constitution requires, would be cumbersome. It would be, it might occasion delays in the courts. Do they actually have to give people a right to appear before they're deported to a maximum security prison in El Salvador? The answer is yes. So you can determine whether there's a legal basis to do it, or even if you have the right person, or whether you're rendering a U.S. citizen to a foreign prison. So yes, it might be time consuming, but it's also necessary. The Constitution wasn't written to maximize efficiency. The Constitution was written to maximize our freedom. And without the checks and balances in the Constitution, without due process, then, yeah, we have a more efficient government. It's called dictatorship. But that is not the government of the people, by the people, and for the people.
This guy, who's taken the presidential oath of office twice, doesn't know if he should uphold the Constitution and the rights in the Constitution. Part of the presidential oath is to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, so help me God. And he doesn't know if he should do this. The job of the executive branch, the job of the president, is to ensure that the laws of the country are faithfully executed and to uphold the Constitution of the United States. And this joker, this autocratic moron, doesn't know if he should uphold the Constitution of the United States. Let me just tell you right now that no president in our history has ever said, well, I don't know if I should uphold the Constitution of the United States. He is a 100% autocrat. That's what he wants to be. He wants to be Vladimir Putin. He wants to be Orban of Hungary. He wants all the power vested in him, not the judicial branch, not the legislative branch, but him. Donald Trump, we have a constitution for a reason. We are a democratic republic. You must uphold the Constitution. And if you don't, guess what? The judiciary branch is there to stop you, which they have time and time again. Donald Trump has lost so many court cases at every level of the judiciary. It's sad, laughable. And I'm really glad that the courts are holding the Trump administration accountable, because Trump will argue that, oh, there's overzealous judges. Marco Rubio, what a dork, who used to stand for values, I think, is now saying that we have overzealous judges. And guess what, guys? The judiciary was created to be a check on the executive, right? If the president does something illegal or unconstitutional, the judiciary is there to say, no, enough, stop. Even Trump-appointed judges are holding him accountable. It was a Trump-appointed judge recently who said Trump's use of the institution of the Alien Enemies Act is ridiculous and unconstitutional, and he put a permanent injunction on using that because basically the judge said, we're not being invaded, and we're not being invaded. It's ridiculous. The Trump administration tried to claim that Venezuelan gang members from Tren de Agua were invading the United States on behalf of the Venezuelan government, and then the intelligence community under this current administration came back and said, no, that's not happening. There's not coordination between the Tren de Agua gang and the Venezuelan government, which completely undercut Trump's ridiculous argument anyway. The Alien Enemies Act has only been used in a time of war, which we are not in currently. We're not being invaded. It's a stupid suggestion by idiots like Stephen Miller and, Pam Bondi and others. So the whole notion of the Alien Enemies Act is a joke, and good. The courts are holding him accountable on that. But again, we're in uncharted territory because no president has ever answered the question, should you uphold the Constitution? Well, I don't know. No, you have to uphold the Constitution. And it doesn't matter what your status is here in the United States. It doesn't matter if you're considered illegally here, or if you're on a green card, or if you're a naturalized citizen, or if you're a U.S.-born citizen. It doesn't matter. If you are in this country, the U.S. Constitution applies to you. Due process rights apply to you. It doesn't matter what your status is. So the Trump administration is wrong on that as well.
I'm deeply troubled by Donald Trump's statement today. What do you mean you do not know if you'll uphold the Constitution? You're the President of the United States. You took an oath that you swore on the Bible, even though you've probably never seen one before, that you would, on January 20th, execute and uphold the duties as president to uphold the Constitution of the United States. You swore you would do this. So you're telling me that when you swore that you would do this, that now you don't know? How is that possible, Donald? I mean, really? Is there something, going on here, or what is it? That's an extremely simple question to answer. Yes, I'll uphold the Constitution of the United States. It is the law of the land. And Donald Trump's answer is, I don't know. How can anyone not know, let alone the President of the United States? How can anyone that's an elected official say they would not uphold the Constitution? You're not a king. You're not a dictator. You're not above the law, even though you clearly think you are. I want to know what you all think. This greatly disturbs me. It should disturb you. And love to hear your feedback. Love to hear from my Democrats, my MAGAs, my crazies, my cuckoos, and my burned out light bulbs. This is just wrong and extremely disturbing.
When he became president, I watched him take the oath that says that he would defend and protect the Constitution. I wasn't the only one. There were many people in that room and many people watching all across the world. Him saying that he doesn't know if he has to uphold the Constitution is him ultimately telling us that he plans to not follow the Constitution. Donald Trump not knowing if he is going to uplift and protect the Constitution is the most un-American thing a president can say. If you support him not upholding the Constitution, also means that you are un-American. The Constitution is the bedrock of this nation.
Here's the deal, folks. The Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution makes clear that every person has due process rights, that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. The United States Supreme Court has on multiple occasions acknowledged that not just citizens enjoy that right, but non-citizens do as well. Any individual within the confines of the United States of America has due process. But Donald Trump is saying that he doesn't know whether or not that's true and whether or not he will uphold the United States Constitution.
Hey, quick question for the motherfuckers that voted for Trump because you love the Constitution. What do you have to say for yourselves now that he says he's not sure if he's going to uphold the Constitution or not? I made videos a couple weeks back right when Trump first said he wanted to get rid of birthright citizenship. And you know what I said? I said this motherfucker's not going to uphold the Constitution. And a bunch of you incel Trump-devoted hillbilly losers attacked my comment section like it was the Capitol or something. I'm just a dumb liberal. I don't know anything. I'm uneducated. He's playing chess, not checkers, everyone. Now at this point, I know none of you Trump fuckers are gonna respond to this. You know shit's getting bad. And it can't be denied anymore, because he straight up said, I don't know if I'm going to uphold the Constitution. And we sure know that you idiots are not known for your accountability. But by all means, keep egging on the man that is losing all of your money for you. Keep egging on the man that is tanking the economy and says it's okay if we go into a small recession. Keep egging on and supporting the man that wants to deport U.S. citizens. Keep egging on the man that ran on the basis of upholding the Constitution and then straight up fucking lied.
Is this part of that sundowning effect they keep talking about? Because this is a major part of his job, right? It was just in January that he made that pledge, you know, without his hand on the Bible, but pledging to God to do so. And we all know that he wants to be the Pope, so it doesn't even really matter. So I think this is probably a moot point. But do we maybe need to get him out of office if he doesn't know what his job is? Literally, he could go play golf for the next 4 years, and I wouldn't bitch at all. Go play golf, sir. Go charge the Secret Service 500% more to stay at your own resort. Just go make your money. Go make your money. Go play golf. Eat a lot of cheeseburgers. Eat a lot. June 20th. It's coming. It's coming.
We asked a group of lawyers, are we in a constitutional crisis? And this is what they had to say.
Yes, we are.
Yes. Still remains to be seen how severe.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We are definitely in a constitutional crisis.
It certainly feels that way.
What does a constitutional crisis mean to you?
That the executive branch is trying to overtake and control the other branches of government. And this administration has no respect for that, which is the backbone of the Constitution.
How do we get out of a constitutional crisis?
It's going to require a lot more activism from people than maybe what they're used to. Mainly right now it requires the courts to really stand up and do what's right, and for the Supreme Court to do their job.
Trump has been attacking judges in the judicial branch, saying that they are overreaching their power and taking away his power. Checks and balances have been in our system for more than 250 years. Does the judicial branch have more power, as he says?
We have 3 co-equal branches of government. Trump is just disregarding that. The fact that people are enabling him to do that is giving him more power. We, as lawyers, the judiciary, we need to stand up and take back the power and let people know that it's 3 co-equal branches. No one man has the power.
This statement alone should qualify him for impeachment. The only job you have as the United States president, if you do nothing else, is to, say it with me, give money to I'm joking. It's to uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States of America from all threats, foreign and domestic. That's not verbatim, but you know I'm right. The fact that this guy was asked, don't you need to uphold the Constitution? And the first thing he said was, I do not know. You know that some of the most loyal Republican elected representatives were watching this interview and face palming, oh God, I have to continue unconditionally supporting this guy. Even Biden on his sleepiest of days, and you know he had some sleepy days, I know he had some sleepy days, let's not pretend he didn't have some sleepy days, the guy was too old. If asked, does he need to uphold the Constitution, you know he would say yes. Yes, that is my job, that's what I was elected to do. This guy, who is getting balder and balder every day, his hair is looking almost translucent, cannot answer the question correctly, should not be president. Anyone who values the Constitution that still defends this guy, congratulations, no, you don't value the Constitution. If anything, that makes you worth deporting to El Salvador by the new regime standards. But I reckon this moment is going to be carved quite carefully into the political consciousness as just an ultimate constitutional low point, where you've got the president sat there going, oh, I don't know if that is my job.
Just your Sunday reminder that when Donald Trump in his recent interview said that he doesn't know if he has to uphold the Constitution, the reason he's deferring to lawyers and can't answer that is because about 1.5 years ago he litigated against supporting the Constitution of the United States because he never said the word support in his oath of office. Just in case you had all forgotten that.
You know, in a rational United States of America, one with 2 honest, honorable, law-abiding political parties that respected both the Constitution and the constituents they represent, Donald Trump would be removed from the presidency via impeachment by the House of Representatives and conviction in a Senate trial. Because a statement like that from a United States president, I don't know that I have to uphold the Constitution. You know, that's like the icing on the high crimes and misdemeanors cake.
Folks, we're in trouble. Our nation is in dire trouble. When the President of the United States of America doesn't know or doesn't keep with his oath, because he's already given an oath, when he doesn't keep with his oath to preserve, to protect, and to defend the Constitution, our country is in trouble. Because without the Constitution, we have no protections. We don't have First Amendment protections. We don't have Second Amendment protections. We don't have Fourth Amendment protections. We don't have Fifth Amendment protections, Sixth Amendment protections. We don't have Eighth Amendment protections. We African Americans, we don't have 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment protections. We're in trouble when the president will not live up to his oath to preserve, to protect, and to defend the Constitution. It is amazing. My jaw dropped when I heard him say that. And it's a very serious thing, very serious thing. And let me just say, I can't help but to say, thank you. Thank you to all you folks who voted for Trump, especially you African-American folks. There were 3 of you that I saw on CNN. You did a Van Jones interview. And you 3 African-Americans, you said that you voted for Trump and that you would vote for him again, despite knowing what you know. I mean, do you understand what's really going on right now in this country? Do you understand the predicament those of you who voted for Trump have put this nation in? A man who, again, will not affirm his oath to protect, to preserve, and to defend the United States Constitution. We're in serious trouble. I really don't know where we are. Some scholars believe we're already in authoritarianism. Others are not so dire. But if we're not in authoritarianism, we're certainly on the verge of it. We're definitely on the verge of it. And that is very troubling, very unsettling. So, the only thing that I can come up with now is, in about a year and a half, about a year and 8 months actually, we're going to have the opportunity to vote. Hopefully, we'll have that opportunity. And we need to flip Congress. We got to do it. We got to flip Congress. We got to do that. Otherwise, again, our democracy, if we get to that point, it's just gone. It's gone. And that is sad. That is sad, having lived in a democracy all my years. And now, in less than 100 or about 110 days or so right now, our democracy is gone. It is gone when the President of the United States of America will not say that he has a duty to uphold the Constitution. We're all in dire straits, deep trouble. So the hope I leave you with is, if there are elections in 2026, midterm elections, we got to be ready.
As the President of the United States, would you be able to uphold the Constitution?
Can I do what?
The Constitution, sir. Will you be able to uphold the Constitution?
The Constitution?
Sir.
Okay, I'm thinking. Hold on. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
I mean...
No, I don't know. Because it's very unfair.
It's unfair.
There's things in that Constitution that I don't like.
Things you don't like? Like what?
Freedom. I don't like that.
Freedom? You don't like freedom?
I don't like
it. Why, sir? You don't like freedom?
Let me tell you something. Because I don't like when people have the freedom to say anything they want to about me.
Really, nigga?
And frankly, I think they need to be put in jail.
Don't you need to uphold the Constitution of the United States as president? Constitution? What's that? I'm sorry, sir. Maybe you misheard me. The Constitution of the United States? Well, I just don't know what that is. I'm a baby. Sir, you're the president of the United States. You should know what the Constitution is. You did take an oath to uphold it. I don't remember that. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm just a baby. Sir, you're in an extremely powerful role. This is highly serious. It's not a joke. When I grow up, I I want to be a Jedi and a Pope and a King. And I'm going to have really big muscles and a wet lightsaber. Sir, I don't think you're understanding the severity of this. Do you know what the Constitution is? I want to open Alcatraz for the bad guys. Sir, are you well? I don't have no plan. I just want more money. Uh-oh, I don't know how to be president. All I know is how to be evil. Okay, cut the cameras.
So either his cognitive decline is a lot fucking worse than we thought, and he literally doesn't know what his job is, or he's doing what we thought, and he's just has no interest in doing it. If you voted for that man, or continue to support him for whatever fucking reason, none of them are good enough anymore, then you deserve exactly what you voted for.